Hello viewers, welcome to Plant Science channel. I am Likita Reddy here. In this video we will be learning about ex situ conservation of plant genetic resources by tissue culture and cryopreservation. First comes to the plant tissue culture. It is a technique of growing plant cells, tissues, organs, seeds or any other plant parts in a sterile environment condition on a nutritive medium. Here I will explain the protocol of plant tissue culture in brief. Initially from the parent plant, that is of X plant, we have to collect some sample, that is either in the form of tissue or seeds or cells or embryo or else apical meristem. That sample has to be placed in the nutritive media. Here in this image they have collected the sample in the form of tissue and then they have placed in the nutritive media. So that nutrient media will be consisting of agar, some growth promoters, growth regulators, some of the micronutrients and macronutrients. So after few days you can see the development of tiny plantlets, and now these tiny plantlets should be transferred to the trays which consist of compost. So this is how the plant tissue culture will be carried out. And in the trays you can see the maintenance of genotypes under a controlled conditions. So the tissue culture, when it comes to the conservation, it is also known as the in vitro storage, because here for the conservation of plant genetic resources, the germplasms are kept as a sterile plant tissues or plantlets and maintained under slow growth on nutrient gels or nutrient medium. So now let us see how this technique or else how the plant tissue culture will be helpful in the conservation of plant genetic resources. Mainly it is useful in rapid multiplication of endangered species, and it also maintains the genotypes in small areas. Here the genotypes are nothing but the set of genes in a DNA which are responsible for particular trait. So those genotypes can be maintained in a small areas, and this technique is very much useful in the fields like horticulture, that is nothing but a garden cultivation, and silviculture, that is nothing but a cultivation of trees. And it facilitates germplasm exchange either in between the states or in between countries, and it is ready to access by research scholars. And this method is majorly applied for the species that are difficult to conserve either as seeds or in the fields. So this is about the plant tissue culture or else the in vitro storage which is helpful in the conservation of plant genetic resources. Next ex situ method of conservation of plant genetic resource is cryopreservation. So cryopreservation is nothing but preservation in the frozen state. So in cryopreservation the temperature is reduced in the presence of cryoprotectants like glycerol, ethyl or dimethyl sulfide, which is also known as DMSO, sucrose, prolines, etc. So that brings the plant cell or tissue culture to a zero metabolism rate or non-dividing state, and these cells or tissues are further stored in the liquid nitrogen at freezing temperature, that is minus 196 degrees Celsius. So the main principle working out here in the cryopreservation is nothing but getting the cells or tissues to the zero metabolism rate or as non-dividing state for the conservation. Now let us discuss the procedure of cryopreservation in brief. Firstly, it involves the development of sterile tissue culture where the selection of explant and collection of samples has been done. Here the samples will be collected in the form of tissues or meristems or embryos, endosperms, ovules, seeds, or else in the form of shoot tips also. So consider it is an explant. From the explant we have selected some material in the form of shoot tip, and that shoot tip has to be maintained in the sterile conditions. Then after the development of sterile tissue culture of plant material, some pre-freezing treatments will be given. During pre-freezing treatments, the culture of shoot tip will be cultured for about 48 hours in the presence of cryoprotectant like sucrose, proline, etc. But the widely used cryoprotectant is of dimethyl sulfide, is also known as DMSO. So after culturing the shoot tips in the presence of cryoprotectant for about 48 hours, now that culture will be subjected for desiccation. Desiccation is nothing but removal of freezable water from the cells or tissues before freezing. And the desiccated cells has got high survival capacity when it is immersed in the liquid nitrogen or when it is stored in the liquid nitrogen. After desiccation, now the material is ready for freezing. The freezing can be done in various means, like over a solid carbon dioxide at minus 79 degrees Celsius, or low temperature deep freezers at minus 80 degrees Celsius. In the vapor phase nitrogen about 150 degrees Celsius, minus 150 degrees Celsius, and in the liquid nitrogen at minus 190 degrees Celsius. Among all these, the most commonly used cryopreservation method is of liquid nitrogen, that is storing the germplasm at minus 190 degrees Celsius. So at this temperature, the cells stay completely inactive state and thus they can be conserved for long time. Again in the freezing, there will be of two methods, that is of rapid freezing method and the stepwise freezing method. So during rapid freezing method, what happens, they'll decrease or else they'll reduce the temperature from about minus 300 degrees Celsius to 1000 degrees Celsius per minute, and it is widely used for cryopreservation of shoot tips and somatic embryos. And in stepwise freezing method, what happens, the reduction of temperature will be given stepwise manner. First the material will be cooled and at that temperature it will be maintained until 30 minutes, and again the reduction of temperature will be carried out. And this stepwise freezing method has been successfully used for the cryopreservation of suspension cultures or shoot apex and buds. And after freezing, now the materials will get stored at the temperature ranging from minus 70 to minus 196 degrees Celsius. So if the nitrogen is in the form of liquid, then the temperature is maintained at minus 190 degrees Celsius, or if it is in a vapor phase, the temperature is maintained at the minus 150 degrees Celsius in refrigerators. So the main objective behind the storage is to stop the cellular metabolic activities and maintain their viability to conserve the germplasm. After storing the materials for about a certain time, the thawing or else rewarming will be done. Here the thawing is nothing but plunging the frozen samples in the warm water with a vigorous filling. In general, rewarming or else thawing can be explained as to convert the frozen samples to soft or liquid form by warming up. So the thawing or else rewarming will be carried out at the temperature in between 37 to 45 degrees Celsius. Soon after the thawing, the samples will be transferred to the water bath at the temperature 20 to 25 degrees Celsius. This transfer is necessary since the cells get damaged if they are left for the long time in warm temperature like 37 to 45 degrees Celsius in the water bath. After thawing, the thawed germplasms will be washed for several times to remove the cryoprotectants, and then this materials is then recultured in the fresh medium under the controlled sterile conditions. So like after reculture or post culture, the plant samples will be subjected for regeneration. So the cryopreserved cells or tissues have to be carefully transferred to the nursery and grown there by the addition of some of the growth promoting substance and under the proper maintained environmental conditions. So this is about the procedure behind the cryopreservation. So coming down to the advantages of cryopreservation, it is the best method for long term conservation of cell cultures which produce secondary metabolites like medicines. and recalcitrant seeds can be maintained for long time, and the plant materials from endangered species can be conserved, and disease free or as pathogen free plant materials can be frozen and propagated whenever required. And another important advantage is that of establishment of germ banks for the exchange of information at international level, that can be carried out by the cryopreservation. The main disadvantage of the cryopreservation is it requires a well equipped laboratory, and there is always a possibility of severe damage due to this ice crystal formation during the freezing or else during the thawing steps, and it requires pre-culture with the cryoprotectants. So this is about the ex situ conservation of plant genetic resources by tissue culture and cryopreservation. For more videos and information, please do subscribe to this channel. Thank you.